And now we're going to go to part 3 of the lesson tutorial for lesson 5.5, solving systems of equations. And we're focusing on the elimination method. So I'm going to go now to a different problem than what I've done in the other ones. And this is problem number 6 on the last page of the systems questions. And so let's see how this works. Let's analyze it. The first thing we need to check is if it's lined up. And I see the x's and I see the y and the equal and the number. So yep, it's lined up. Then we're looking for those exact opposites. And I have a 4 and a 3. Well, that's not going to work. And a 5 and a 10. Nope. So I'm going to have to find a way to create opposites. So when you look to create opposites, you're going to look to the small number to see if you can make the big number. So if I go to the 3, I can't think of any number that would multiply to get a 4. And here for the y's, well, the small number is the 5. And what I can do to a 5 is I can multiply by 2 to make it a 10. So I'm going to do, from this top one, I'm going to multiply by 2. And then I need to ask, do I have opposites? And if I look in front of the y's, I do see that this one's positive and this one's negative. So I don't have to worry about putting a negative out here with a 2. The negative is already there. So I'm just going to take the 2, and then I'm going to write this one underneath here. So 2 times 4 is 8x. 2 times 5, and that's with a negative, so that's negative 10y. And then don't forget the last number, 2 times 23 is 46. Now I'm finished with that one. I'm going to draw a line through it, so my eye doesn't accidentally look at those numbers. So I've rewritten it down here. So I've got here the 3 x's and the 8. And there are my opposites. That's what I wanted. I wanted to create that. And that's a positive and a negative. You have to make sure one's positive and one's negative. So those are going to cancel out. I'm going to add the rest of that. Oh, it's just like it cancels out like that. So 3 plus 8 is 11x. And then I have got over here, they're both positive. I was like, really? Is it going to be that big? Yep. I'm going to get a big old number here, 77. And we're going to divide by 11 and divide by 11, and x equals 7. And I've got half the answer. I know the solution then is the x is 7. And now I've got to go find the y. So I'm going to go back to one of these equations, and I've scribbled them up pretty bad. That's not very good. So I'm going to go ahead and use this first one. I can see that one. Okay, 4x minus 5y equals 23. But instead of the x, I'm going to put the 7. So, yeah. I'm going to go ahead and do my multiply with the 4 and the 7. And there's my y. So I'll get rid of the 5 in a minute. Let me go over here and get rid of the 28 first. Now remember, you look in front. This negative belongs to 5. So that's a positive 28 if I look in front. So I need to do the opposite, which is negative. And I'll do it over here on this side. These 28s cancel out. And this, don't forget the negative that goes with the 5. That comes down with it, negative 5y. And then I've got a positive 23 and a negative 28. So positive and negative, I'm going to subtract. So I get 5. And there's more negatives. The negatives are bigger, so it becomes a negative 5. Now I'm going to divide by negative 5 on both sides. That cancels out. And my y is equal to positive 1. And that's that one there. So that is, that's a little taste of all the kinds of problems. Those are the 3 ones we're going to focus on. And hope that's helpful. And what we'll do this lesson here, this lesson is actually 5, 6, and this is from Math Models B. And I'll look forward to posting a video about that one soon. So see you in class.